why today is a great day to start your YouTube channel.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Hello my darlings, it's Dean. Welcome back to another video. So on June 18th, I will be hosting my first social media content creation workshop called #Posed. And Posed really came out of a need that I saw in the marketplace. I meet a lot of entrepreneurs in my work as Dean Creative, and a lot of times their marketing plans begin and end with their headshots and their website. There's no social media marketing plan. There's no social media plan at all. No Facebook, no Instagram, no Pinterest, no LinkedIn. And so I wanted to create a space or create a workshop where I could help entrepreneurs and people that are looking to grow their business and their brand, help them create a strategy to reach their target audience. So that being said, today's video is going to be my 5 reasons or top reasons for starting a YouTube channel. So, and the benefits as well. So let's get into it. So when I launched my YouTube channel back in 2015, it really was a fun hobby. I went thrifting and I wanted to show everybody, the things that I thrifted and how I was using them in my everyday life. However, when we moved to Chicago, my husband and I made the transition to Chicago, and I couldn't find any work, any teaching positions, any academic advising positions, any administrator positions really in Chicago. And we went to some daycares. Oh gosh, I can laugh about it now, but we went to a few daycares and they were quoting us $2,500 a month. And at that point, my husband was just like, your part-time is about to become your full-time. And so I've used YouTube to put me in front of a larger audience. So that's number one. That's the number one reason why I believe as an entrepreneur, you need to have a YouTube channel of some sort. Because as I was thrifting, for me, being on Poshmark, being on eBay, being on Instagram, not even Instagram, being on Poshmark, being on eBay and Etsy, I should say, I wanted to take control over, not over my inventory, but I wanted to take control over my marketing. That's really what it is. I wanted to get in front of a larger audience because I realized that Poshmark was working for Poshmark and eBay was working for eBay. And so YouTube was a perfect opportunity to get me in front of an audience that I wouldn't necessarily have, right? Because YouTube is global. And so I have some of you from Chicago, some from Dallas, from Detroit, from LA, some from England, from Canada. And so there's no other platform, right, that you can get on here and create your own channel to sell your own products and services. And it's not just about as a reseller selling my stinky thrift, as my husband would say it. If you're a real estate agent, if you've developed, a lotion or a cream or a shea butter or a hair product or a shoe, whatever you have created, you have the opportunity to launch a channel that is specifically around that. Even what I'm doing with you right now with Dean Creative and telling you about my event on June 18th. Where else could I get on? I can't, well, I could, that's a negative confession. I could absolutely go to a Today Show or a Tamron Hall show or a Good Morning America or, Good Morning Miami, but I can flip on the camera and talk to you guys right here. So I'm taking control and power and agency over my own business and own brand. And I think that's the most powerful thing that YouTube offers us. And in the classroom, all of my students have to have a portfolio and they have to have a channel because I want to teach them not to depend on a Saks or a Neiman's or a Nordstrom to promote them. They need to learn how to promote themselves. So reason number 2 you want to get on YouTube is that YouTube will actually pay you to promote your goods. I think that's amazing. You can get on here and build a substantial following, I hate to say following, a substantial community, and YouTube will actually pay you via AdSense, right? For being on the platform and for keeping people engaged and entertained. And so, you're getting paid, right? You're putting your products out there for consumption, but then YouTube is actually saying, hey, the better you get, the more subscribers you get, the more following you get, we'll go ahead and give you some AdSense dollars. And so as an entrepreneur, we know we need multiple streams of income. And so for me, and this is what I teach in the classroom, being paid to advertise your goods, where they do that at? They do it here on YouTube. So if you have a product and service that you believe in, that you may actually have a community, create a channel around that product and or service and let YouTube pay you to advertise your own product. Reason number 3 actually kind of goes with reason number 2, sponsorships. When you build a substantial following on any social media platform, but specifically on YouTube, people want to be in front of your audience, and they will pay to be in front of your audience. And don't look at it as a bad thing. We live in is it not the creator economy? I forgot what the name of the economy is. If you know, leave a comment below. But we live in a space where you just have to think about other ways to monetize your brand. And so if you are a reseller, or as I said, a real estate agent, I speak with speakers, right? If you're writing a book, go ahead and lead a discussion on YouTube, build a following around your book, build volumes around your book, and then actually, HarperCollins, is that yes, HarperCollins, eyeglass companies, and I'm thinking about people who are writing books, various companies will reach out to get in front of your audience. And so that's a third stream of income. So we have you actually selling your product, we have AdSense, we have, Google Adsense, and then we actually have sponsorships. So people actually wanting to get in front of this audience that you built. Don't feel bad about it. Again, multiple streams of income. And so if you can, with your one product or service, with your consultancy business, whatever you're doing, if you can add an extra stream of income, don't poo-poo at that. All right, so that's number 3. Okay, so reason number 4 why you need to launch a YouTube channel is media recognition and other opportunities. So we just talked about sponsorships, right? But let me tell you something. When I interviewed the past 2 teaching positions that I interviewed for, actually the president of the university at my former position actually looked at my YouTube channel. People Google you. Whatever you may think, people are Googling you. And so I had both positions look at my YouTube channel, actually mention it in my 3rd, 4th, and you have to interview like 75 times, that they loved my YouTube channel. I was so engaging, and they could just imagine me in the classroom and leading a discussion. That came from YouTube. But also, when I was in Texas, you guys know, if you follow me from Dallas, I was a beauty and style expert for Good Morning Texas. And guess what? People were actually able to see how I perform on camera with my YouTube channel. So when it came time for them to have somebody for a segment, they're just like, oh, she's great on camera. We've seen her YouTube channel. So putting yourself on this platform, I say this to my speakers all the time. If you're a speaker, if you want to be a speaker, if you're someone that's writing a book, you want to be on the big stage, you want to act, whatever you want to do, this is a great practicing platform for that. If you can look great on your YouTube channel and get comfortable with being on camera and talking to audiences via this platform, let me tell you something. They will hire you in a minute because it's proven, versus somebody who's out there cold. They don't have anything of them on camera, nothing of them speaking. You can't tell their intonation or their articulation of their words. So that's number 4, is media recognition, and actually for job opportunities, because they do Google you. And guess what? Who owns YouTube? Google. And so when they put in your name, what's going to come up? Your YouTube channel. It happens all the time. Trust me. So reason number 5, and this may be a bit selfish, but I remember in Chicago, gosh, you guys who have been with me since Chicago, I felt so alone. I came back to the city that I loved, and I couldn't find a job. And I had this little girl who was looking at me like, she doesn't know anything that's going on, right? She doesn't know that mommy is sad and deflated. And, my master's is in education, and I could not find an education job, right? And I, done all this work at the doctoral level, and it just wasn't working. And guess what? YouTube opened up their arms and supported me. You guys supported me. So the 5th reason is really a selfish reason, but community. I so enjoy my YouTube community, and not just YouTube community, but other resellers that I met via this platform, going to the Poshmark conference, right? Meeting with, and even still today, connecting with other resellers, even though I'm not in that space, but now meeting with other creators and influencers. Community, that is the biggest thing, because you're gonna feel, at least for me, even now at this point and juncture of my life, entrepreneurship can be very, very lonely. It's a rough job. You have this dream and ideal in your head of what you want your business to be, and a lot of times you're not able to articulate it because you can't really speak the dream. You don't even really know what the dream is. You just kind of feel it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Even with my husband, when I'm talking to him about things, and this is my partner in life, right? And he's like, okay. Even with reselling, I would have Wally when I was in Chicago, and I was even down here when I was reselling full time. He doesn't get the bends. He doesn't get the thrill of the hunt. So the fifth reason is really to build a community. If you have a product or service, what a great opportunity to build a community around your product and service. Again, if you're a speaker, if you're writing a book, if you have something that's of the healing nature, this is just the best place to build that community and have it be monetized. So again, don't poo-poo on the multiple streams of income. All right. All right, so are you guys convinced? I hope you are. So on June 18th, as I mentioned, my first workshop, Pose Content Creation Workshop. If you're someone that you've decided, I've convinced you, you know what? I need to get on it, Dion. I need to launch this YouTube channel. I need to get my Instagram together. I need to get my Pinterest live. I need to get my LinkedIn together. Please join me on the 18th. For 2 hours, I'm going to be working with you guys, developing a theme or strategy around a product or service. I'm going to teach you how I do it and how I build out my calendar and how I plot my course for sometimes 90 days at a time, how I decide what videos I want to do, what mix I want to do, how to perform on camera and get those items sold. This is something that I do in the classroom and have done with my fashion merchandising and retailing students for almost a decade. And so now that I'm no longer at the university, I'm giving it all to you guys. So I'm going to leave a link to it in my description box. Again, June 18th, Saturday, June 18th for 2 hours. Let's get in there. Let's learn some strategies for creating amazing content. Let's get those pieces sold, those books sold, those stinky thrift pieces, whatever you are selling, whatever product or service you are marketing. Let's get it together. All right. Love you guys so much. Bye.
I never ran, said no, man, I still go.